Please click the thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and the bell notification. Thank you. Please click the thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and the bell notification. Thank you. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Home time. Ready.
I need some An Blenda time. I'm going to the car and talk of the Kingston.
Every time I don't with him, I can't say, well, I'm going to get out there and see him, Raga.
Well, the boy have you and get a beard with this here red one.
Raga.
Yeah.
This is the girl with the next set of storyboard, the red Raga. Then people that look at me and say you're Haganiering because the way we are.
Yo, that word them mad. Aganeering. Aganeering to the flipping word.
Hi. Ragashanti, I did mix up daddy. Hallelujah. Ragashanti go on and on. Yes, Ragashanti. Do you know how Richie feelings this, right? And you know me have to listen to your program because you talk a crocus bag of things with scandal side of it.
I need some An Blenda time.
Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live.
I need some An Blenda time.
Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live.
I need some An Blenda time.
Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live.
I need some An Blenda time.
Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live.
Check. People. I want to fix that something. Let's see, fix that something. All right. Okay, we're good to go. What is our warning, people? Big up on yourself, you know. Big up on yourself, you know. I'm in Ragashanti, I'm my mama last speaking, aka I wash belly and thing on Monday night place. Big up Miss Cherry, you know, she dead and gone, but the legacy strong, see my mama turn worry yourself, you know. Proper respect, see me, you know, for Ivan, them for Noah. Big up everybody from up so, wrong so, down so, over so, under so, back so, and all them place there and thing, you know. Big up on yourself. Yo, Prezi, big up yourself. Prezi, you get new glasses. President, on a new glass. But what you tell me live for? That's a new glass. And a new glass. A glass is bad still, you know. That glass there cost be a bad one. It go on with things, you know. Anyway, people, big up on yourself. I is our day here. I want to line up with yourself for calling, you know, looking from this. I want to talk about two things. I have one look at something for talk about in terms of, you know, affairs of Jamaica first. Then I have a mix-up for share with you know. And look how funny did it. Well, I think it is funny. Hopefully you'll think the same. Before going at them there, so much that is happening out there in the world and thing. One bag of something. The United States of America is certainly not without its share of mix-up and drama, whatever, as it remains right smack in the middle of what is euphemistically termed culture wars up here in America. Beer things are going up here. Beer something are going up here. It's like the country make me feel like I'm old to rotted because, you know, America no angel with enough things, you know, because America go on with a bag of something where not too wonderful, you know, terrible throughout them history. And at the same time, them have, you know, good things up here too. You have good people here. I can't tell you that. But for the most part, America had a sort of identity that, you know, it did go through some changes and some things that them used to do, them did kind of do them something there from Barack Obama, you know, from Obama, them, you know, for that 8 years, in my opinion, you know, enough people don't like Obama, you know, but, you know, they kind of pull back the US from the certain things, you know. And boy, from Ringy come in, man, may I tell you, America, you know, one piece of pricky over here to rat. Non-stop drama upon drama. Anyway, we're going to start off with Jamaica tonight. So, people, recently, may I watch the Minister of Finance. I make a presentation and thing, and again, you know, my narrative, you know, week after week here has been to educate you on why it is, for the most part, you know, for Jamaica, when it comes to formal politics, it's basically, you know, for lack of a better term, it's picking the lesser of two evils, you know, right? And I've been explaining to you, you know, the basics of the game. You know, when you're in opposition, what is your tenor like? What is your rhetoric like? You know, how the party speak when they're in the opposition, as opposed to when they're in power, and that in large part, you know, the game is just, you know, different sets of people back different party in order to secure financial benefit from the party that they're supporting when that party go in power. And I explained to you what goes on with most of the people who are attracted to politics, that, you know, them really don't have the money, right? Them don't have the money like that. But by engaging in politics and becoming powerful in politics, you know, you are strategically located in a position where people in the private sector need your support to do certain things in the country by way of laws and contracts, right? So they want you to if you're in politics, you must put statutes in place with fit them business are going to benefit from, so them can make money and all them something down, whatever. And then the people them in politics now, them expect the private sector to take care of them. And them expect to be able to put certain things in place while they are in politics and things. You know, that's essentially the game. But anyway, so the Minister of Finance recently make theme presentation as the key ministers are supposed to do when budget time come around and thing and whatever. And I must say that I you know, you can't disagree with me at all. You know what? I happen to be keeping my eye on the Minister of Finance, and I was like, yo, you know, he's smooth. He know if he carry himself, you know. I mean, apart from the obvious that he's articulate and whatever. And I have been, you know, impressed with him, you know, when he's under fire, under pressure. I've been impressed with him the way that he has maintained a certain decorum where, you know, when him talk, him talk with authority, and like him make sense and them something there, and he has always remained composed and things like that and whatever. And he has a certain refinement about him, that, I was like, yeah, I mean, no one can probably chat patois and all and sitting there and whatever. But he has a certain thing about him where my impression of him was that, really have a kind of street edge, him have a certain thing about him where that we usually attribute to people from, he has a disposition about him where we usually attribute to people from, shall we say, the upper echelons of society and things. But him is a he's a black Jamaican man, Anyway, when him making presentation, people, him refer to the leader of the opposition as Massa Golding. Massa Golding. And he did it in a disparaging way. Him did a laugh about it and thing, but the context, even though he was laughing, the context in which it was said was adversarial and oppositional and whatever. And he was clearly berating the leader of the opposition and thing, and then call him Massa Golding. People, I was, I shouldn't be surprised with Jamaican politician, but I was surprised coming from him, because he never strike me as somebody who would pull a card like that, So, why is this significant, people? Well on, let me see. Me did have this. Let me see. Me can find something. Well on. Let me hear what the. May I try find something when him did say it, man. Jamaica. Let me see if it depends on the gleaner. Cause I want to irritate. I want to hear it because me go educate you about something about that term there. It's important that you understand the significance of that term. Let me see if it's there. So. Jesus. Me I try to look for when him did say it. Me I see if me can find when him did say it, Cause me want to understand, you have one. This? Okay. It not there, so it not there, so I'm gonna see it here, so me I look for it on the gleaner. Let me see if it there, so.
Referred to labor rights, my speaker, or those who identify with a particular party known as the Jamaican Labour Party. And I can't say the words, but he said, beep fools. Beep fools. Call them beep fools. Madam Speaker, that never sound like Marky G to me. That sound like Massa Mark. Massa Mark, Madam Speaker.
So you hear that, people?
Anyways.
So you hear the minister, the Marky G. You hear that. President, you hear that? Marky G, I don't call the opposition leader Mark Golden, Marky G. So apparently now, so the opposition leader did refer to the JLP as beep fools. So, you know, so probably like effing fools or something like so or whatever. Which is, of course, disparaging and insulting at the whatever. At the Jamaica Labour Party. So, in response to the leader of the opposition, the People's National Party, saying that him now, the Minister of Finance, Mr. Clark, I say, yeah, that don't sound like Marky G. That don't sound like the nice guy who wanna try to portray him. It sound like Master G. Now, people, let me tell you now, I'm going to explain something to you about that term, the massa. Massa is an appropriation of the word master. In Jamaica, there are two terms where we used to refer to master. The master, just by way of history, it came from times of slavery, colonialism. All of the state, you remember it was run by plantation. And each plantation had what the British referred to as a master. But even the children, the picnic them, they were to have been referred to as master, right? So the slave them, even the son of the slave master them, the slave them did have to refer to them as master. So master was a term used to connote power and influence and, according to the British, sophistication, aristocracy, high class, and so forth. And clearly, it was, one of, that whoever is called master is superior to his underlings. Okay. So as our culture evolved and, our ancestors, who they call slaves, we will call them our ancestors, they eventually end up with two terms that supplanted the term master. And the two terms are massa and mass. One is massa and mass. Now, the term massa, it actually has multiple meanings the way Jamaicans use it, Because even though it comes from massa, some people use it to mean Mr. It also has been extrapolated to mean, like I say, whenever I hear modern black people when I'm attacking America, especially the woman, them and like somebody say, they you see what going on with over there, and then the next one I say, mama, type of thing. Well, massa use that way there. Like, Jamaican, and I say, massa, me say, when me go over so and so and so and so and so and so, whatever. So it is used as a kind of connection, or something to explain, like, to express, like, like, almost like a little shock or something, like, say, massa, or me say, it's used in that way. But in truth, massa, the way it is used, it's primarily to refer to somebody going like them a slave master. Mass, even though that referred to master to, and to some extent, mister, that is mostly used to express, Jamaicans use that mostly to express just like respect to a man, like our elders. And that is more, well, I don't know, well, it still is a case. It was mostly used in the country. You know, use a Kingston that much, Antigua, whatever. And then eventually Montego Bay became the second city, and it wasn't used there as much either. But Montego Bay has always been closer to what they call country Jamaica than Kingston is. But it was almost never used in Kingston. I mean, just in general. But when you go country, you hear people say, Mas Ira, Mas John, Mas Benji. And it's a sign of respect when they use Mas, right? Because as picnic or even as adult, when you talk to older people, go up to somebody older and you and say Ira or Benji or Bennett, you say Mass Benji or whatever. In Kingston, the way you do that is everybody become uncle and auntie for sure respect, right? So when Pickner grew up, you say, this is Uncle John. The other time, that is just a friend of the father or the mother or the family. And Pickner knows for sure respect. You say, Uncle John or auntie so-and-so, which is not really your uncle or not really your auntie, but you're just putting that, the appellation, fancy term, before the person name to show respect. And mass is equivalent of that. So that, so again, they might come from master, and thing or whatever. But some mass. But massa, it is associated with you never hear the term Bakra massa, right? So it's a Bakra massa. Yeah, because it come from the slave time. So when Minister Clark used the term, it was deliberately used to be insulting. And Minister Clark, I'm sure, would say, well, I was, counterattacking because he insulted us over here in the JLP and called us effing fools or whatever. Here's my thing with it now. Lisa Anna, on multiple occasions, say politics is a blood sport. She don't mean it literally. What she mean it is that it rough. You can't go into politics and have thin skin and weak heart and whatever. You're not going to survive. Because, they more take it to you. And the higher you go and the more posts you have, and the more you become exposed, right? We have a saying in Jamaica, the higher monkey climb, and the more in back but exposed, right? So the higher you climb and the more attention you get, the more you come on people's radar screen. Par for the course, that's what it is. And but even though on multiple occasions we see people get to in a parliament and them talk up some things and whatever, and use some colorful language and thing and whatever, and people say, yo, I can't believe them I behave like that, and I can't believe so and so, and I can't believe so and so. People, there's always been, despite those instances, when them, them start clashing and chew word upon one another and cuss them one another. For the most part, them not cross certain lines. Them don't get too graphic. Them don't include people family. Them don't attack people family. Them just don't cross certain lines. Right? I remember one time Desmond McKenzie and Roger Clark getting a one big dirty clash. Who did remember that clash then? Because Desmond more light, and Roger Clark more did light to, I mean, I tell you, say, two gladiator in the verbal ring. And them banter one another, man. Me I tell you, say, them banter, tell each other some hot things. And they were using colorful metaphors and things like that and whatever. It was most entertaining. And I remember one time, somebody did go to Roger Clark and I said, yo, Sue Desmond or this and that. And Roger Clark, I remember Roger Clark famously said, what you talking about? Stop your foolishness, man. This is politics. And we'll cuss sometime. And me and Desmond are arguing and we'll cuss sometime and whatever. And we have a cuss and whatever. There ain't no need for go too far or whatever. Two we are two a word for one another and thing. And I remember thinking, I'm like, you say, see there, big man thing. You understand? And then when me go talk to Uncle Desi, I know Uncle Desi good. And thing and whatever. Even before we worked together at Nationwide Music, and Uncle Desi, original West Kingston man, and thing and whatever. And Uncle Desi said, nah, I'm going to do them foolish this, the man, and politics that, and thing and whatever. Right? In fact, Uncle Desi went to the Ligani Club, and to Uncle Desi, black, then treat Uncle Desi one way up there one time and thing and style him up and whatever. And I said, Uncle Desi, you're not going to say about it. And Uncle Desi said, no, Raga, ray. So what I'm saying is, Uncle Desi on the JLP side, Roger Clark on the PNP side, battle royale. Verbally, of course, nothing physical. And it was still held and contained in a way where, yo, I know it sound brutal, I know it sound harsh and whatever, but A politics. That's what the thing say. Make it easy. We not go too far with it. But why I'm going to tell you why I think this statement, and again, Minister Clark, I'm going to say, I diss him this to JLP. So I diss him back. Which he has a right to do. But let me tell you why I think what Minister Clark says is a little troublesome. Right? All right. Even though we claim say we are celebrate 60 years, we celebrate 60 years of independence and thing and whatever, and we are going our next one year, you know, and all them thing there. Remember, 60 years is not compared to hundreds of years of one of the most, brutal and terrible times against black people and things like that, all over the world in terms of racism and colonialism and things like that, Jamaica included. So the scourge of racism is still very much salient, potent, and still very, the impact, the residue of our colonial past and things like that is still very much active in our country, and it's a sensitive issue. It's a sore foot when I yield yet. It's a terrible sore foot when I yield yet and thing. And we're still suffering from it. You just have to look on the bleaching we're going and thing and all them something there. We have some, there's always been resistance to it and thing, but we still have all kind of problems with it, okay? Mark Golding is a Jamaican. And he just happens to be our, what we call, well, my mother never used the term white. My mother is an old school country woman, so my mother said the redkin people, right? Meaning white Jamaicans, right? So when I came to America, I tell people that they must say, oh, but racism is not in Jamaica because Jamaica is more a class problem. I said, that is damn foolishness. I said, in fact, Jamaica, I always tell people up here, sir, Jamaicans are more color conscious than African Americans. And some people are like, no, that's not true. You're sure? And I say, yes. It's just that when it comes to the color thing, people are more separated in Jamaica, so them don't interact as much. Right? They know the Jamaican thing, but mix but don't mingle. So Jamaica is a very segregated society, Let me say that again. Jamaica is a very segregated society and segregated on the level of color also. Big time. Right? It's just certainly like a place where the segregation is not as strong. St. Elizabeth in particular, because of all the white people who had settled over there when one Jewish ship that carried Jews I go down to South America, they sitting at my Twitter and them, they'd come ashore and thing and whatever. And they end up stay there, reset to settle and things. So you have our St. Elizabeth is known for having what we call brown people and thing. And you hear some Jewish name over there and thing and whatever. And it's from that. Which is different from other Jews who are deliberately come to Jamaica to settle and thing. But in terms of, St. Elizabeth has a significant share of brown, light-skinned people who, them not rich, them come from humble background and, them fall within the sphere of what we call country people and so forth. But outside of that, Jamaica is a very segregated country. Mix but don't mingle, But, and a lot of brown people, they have benefited from them color, so to speak. But I don't feel them fault for some of them just banned, so them can't change that. And then you have others who have argued that they have always been treated unfairly because that they are patriotic just as any other Jamaican, or even more patriotic than many Jamaicans who are celebrated as such and things like that. And people always basically demonize them based upon them color and them don't know nothing about them and all them. So you have a lot of brown people in Jamaica who very sensitive about the color thing, and they believe that they suffer discrimination as brown people, right? Mark, remember, the way the color stratification has been historically is like, the lighter you are, the more benefits you have, to the point where some people even try to pass as white or whatever. But what I'm saying is, a lot of brown people have always argued that the colorism thing, right? And in this, which is really a part of racism and so forth, they have been treated unfairly for it and things like that. So remember now, so this is the Minister of Finance now, I talk about the leader of the opposition and thing, right? And then, so Mark Golding now, the leader of the opposition, he happens to be white. Right? So even though my mother would have said Redkin, man, he's Jamaican white. Right? I remember now, this is Jamaica now, where when I came to America the first time, I see somebody a pine pan and said that black man over there, them did a pine pan somebody, and I said that black man. So I look at me and I say the black man. And I say the black man over there, so I look at me and I say, where the black man there? And I say, see him there. I say, I don't see the black man. Which black man? And him said, that man. I said, oh, the brown man. What you mean black man? You know, she said brown. And I say, no, he's black. That I said, me just come off my boat. Well, not really. It's not, a plane me take come here, but maybe, the term, you just come off of the boat, you're fresh, you don't know what I want. So I said, no, the man brown. And them I say, no. And I guess I know say, African Americans refer to brown people as black. Now, people, the Jamaica I grew up in, you don't confuse brown people with black people. Brown people different from black people, as you know, right? Not only that, you have black, brown, and then you have a thing where we did grow up with now. I don't know if that's still, I'm saying fair skin, or red skin, or white. The point I make is we are so named into this color thing in Jamaica that we even have more variation, with people, who have African descent and things like that, then we even have more variation than America, where we love look upon and I say, boy, a beer race thing going up there. We don't have no race problem, and no color problem, a class problem. We have not so. Right? So, the leader of the opposition happened to be a white Jamaican man. Or a former white Caribbean Jamaican man. Right? And apparently, him referred to the Jamaica Labour Party as expletive fools, right? Expletive meaning a curse word. And in response, now, the Minister of Finance end up calling him Master Golding. People, that was deliberately designed to refer to him to demonize his color and to demonize his background. I don't know from whence Mr. Golding is descended, right? Remember, we had a famous Golding in the Jamaica Labour Party also, and then you have Mark Golding there. And to be honest with you, I don't even know, I'm not sure of the original, the ethnic roots of the word Golding. I can research that. But I know gold usually precede, it's a syllable that precedes a lot of Jewish names. Goldstein, Goldberg, those are Jewish names, So, and then, a lot of Jewish names became appropriated and went through some changes over the years and things like that. So I don't know if the root of Golding lies in, Jewish lineage and things. But what is clear is that Minister Golding, the intention was in response to where Mr. Golding had insulted the members of the JLP. He was in turn insulting the leader of the People's National Party with a certain amount of flair and panache and things like that. And in doing so, he went there. He went in an area that him as an individual, he just never pegged me that way, but him go there so and thing and whatever. So I was just like, that is something me expect from, Everall Warmington or somebody like that. Mr. Warmington, him not take no chat and whatever and chat anything will come out mouth and thing like that. So when he came out with that, I was like, whoa. Now, I'm not patting myself on the back and being arrogant about, my somewhat limited intellectual capabilities here. But I'm also very much aware that my understanding of these terms is it's not a preoccupation of the majority in the country. Most Jamaicans don't, understand this thing the way I just explained it in terms of the different meanings of massa and the history of race and this and that and whatever this and that. So somebody can make an argument like, please, but that is not what most Jamaicans think it is, and they'd be correct. But what I'm saying is, he went there. He basically calling the leader of the opposition a slave master, using the term massa golding. It was designed to be insulting. It was designed to be demeaning. And again, Minister Clark would say, he did the same thing with us. When him call we effing fool or whatever the expletive was, he did that. So I have a right to do that. And we're a fight. Politics is a blood sport, right? If you can't take the counter punch them, don't punch. If you go lower and then people go lower with you, then are your fault. So I hope Mr. Golding understand that. I hope Mark Golding understand that but for him making that insult against the Jamaica Labour Party, then Minister Clark would not have felt it incumbent on him to respond in kind and lash him back with some things and whatever. But I'm saying outside of that, I think it would have been better if Minister Clark did whap him up some other way without go use that type of pejorative, that type of insult, and gone in that kind of race thing there, and kind of gone in that tender spot there where Jamaica have in terms of our colonial past and all them things there and whatever, and gone basically I insult the man, saying he's a slave master, Massa Golding. Him happened to be white. Him is the leader of the opposition. Right? Him hair different from most of we here. Him skin color different from most of. And here's the thing now. If Minister Clark go open that door there with colorism and thing and them something there. What if people on the PNP side decide to go after him? No, and make it personal too. What if him cross the line then now and then the people on the PNP side say, all right, we're going to cross line too. What am I getting at? There are, from what I understand, there are things in Minister Clark's past and his history that people can weaponize too and take it personal. How would I manage that? Right? I remember another person at the JLP, a well-known person at the JLP, who in black too like Minister Clark, Massa Mark, that's why I know him some Massa Mark. In black too like Minister Clark, Mr. Arbin, what him name there. And I remember seeing him proudly make a post. And apparently he's married to a woman of I think it's like it has a Syrian descent or something, right? And I guess so is Minister Clark. So two black men in the upper echelons of our government married to two women of certain descent, where when I showed it to my colleagues and whatever, they refer to the woman as white woman. And Mr. Albin was saying, wait, to so and so, there was some similarity between him and Minister Clark. And he proudly said, two women, whatever, and he referred to them ethnicity, right, which is outside of Jamaica. Which when I show it to people up here, them say, these are white women. And I'm saying, well, Jamaicans wouldn't really say white women, but, whatever. And then we had a discussion, and I'm saying, there is something, there is an awkward and an uncomfortable understatement, a statement there, where, he's parading both their wives and referring to their ethnicity and whatever. We see how the wife them look and whatever. So we say, there is something going on here, in terms of this proud display of these women and whatever. And you have to wonder if, were they like, were they black women from Trinidad or black women from Haiti? Would he have done the same? So we had a look, my colleagues and I, we had a look at discussion about it. And, because when I said, what do you think is going on here? And then when they read, they were like, oh, no, they're this and that, these white women, And I said, no, Jamaicans wouldn't call them white women. But when I said, no, they look like white women to me and whatever. I think, Minister Clark has been educated in some of the finest institutions, and I understand that he was in Oxford or Cambridge or one of them things there in England. Him have him family thing too and whatever. What I say is, if the PNP go cross a line, then I want to say, all right, the war starts, so we have to class you up to and start refer to some of your traits and things like that and weaponize them to one thing, then that wouldn't bode well, for the country or in general. And so the question is, yes, cussing one and all them something there, and that is nothing new in Jamaican politics, it's part of the game. The question is, did Minister Clark cross a particular line that was egregious and unacceptable, and thus the thing that he should do is to apologize for that specific comment and to be sincere about the apology, and for the purpose of the apology be to express to Mr. Golding that, listen, people, you know, Ragashanti, me guilty of that. Me cross the line several times or whatever, and I've done things in certain ways that, that I could have done better. Me own that, okay, but me just own it up right away and things like that. So we all grow and we make mistakes and we learn. And so the question here again, is this a particularly sensitive and egregious thing that, Minister Clark should apologize for this particular? Now, I know the partisan folks, me know Jamaica run. Because most JLP people are going to say, no, apologize to no dirty PNP, and them insult we first. And were it the converse, the PNP would say, the most diehard PNP people that say the same thing. No apologize to no dirty labor right and whatever, this and that. And we know what type of energy locates there in terms of diehard, fervent PNP, diehard, fervent JLP and whatever, and things like that, that they're not as rational and balanced as the people who are more independent-minded in their thinking, and they support whichever party they think deserves their support, and things like that. But I would like to submit that this was particularly sensitive, and that there is room there for Minister Clark to indeed apologize to Mr. Golding for that particular remark, knowing the gravity of that statement, the gravity of that insult, and the sensitivity associated with it and things like that. And I guess, not to contradict myself, but if Minister Clark really feel that he knows something about Mark Golding where he feels say, you are approximating, or you are a post-colonial manifestation of a slave master, then an objective interpretation of it would be that, well, Minister Clark is right in what he's saying, right? I am not privy to what exactly was going through Minister Clark's mind, and I don't know, but my sense is he felt like, yo, you come insult you with some hot word, me I insult you back with some hot word, and think that is the sense I got from it. I could be wrong, but I just think that this insult is particularly exceptional, where it warrants an apology. And I know labor rights, somehow are going to cuss me out, and before you know it, you're dirty PNP. And I know if it was the opposite way, I'm going to say it to the answer the PNP, if you apologize, me know PNP would have cussed me out and say, go Raga, you're dirty labor right or whatever. And part of the course, I understand the game right there. My back broad and thing, I can't take my whoppings and things like that. But again, I just want to respectfully submit that, you know, for many of you people out there, who you get on people like me case and talk about, oh, I'm supposed to talk better. I'm not supposed to resort to certain things on the beat, dancehall, on the beat, ghetto people, and you know, this cussing and tracing and this uncivilized behavior and this and that. I get power case, right? I get power case. So I have to lead by example, no? I have to lead by example, because over and over again, I tell you, the reason why you have so many Jamaicans doing so many things that is unpleasant for the country and for the people and all of that is because they found a hypocrite. On a project on yourself as this one thing and whatever, and then every now and then on a slip out and come out with some things that show on the true colors. Or the way things work, systemically, it's not what what propagate on yourself to be on a regular basis. Right? So this is just my analysis of it, my interpretation of it. I think Minister Clark went a little bit too, well, he went too far. When I say a little bit, he went too far. And to be insulting, to be, wallowing in that type of commentary, and then essentially referring to the leader of the opposition as a slave master, given our particular history, given what the color thing mean, yes, and we do have a lot of people in Jamaica, born and bred in Jamaica, but we're indeed descended from slaveholders and so forth in the past and all them things there. We have people they were avoiding persecution elsewhere. They came to Jamaica and they adopted, the racism of the British people who were here before them. You have a lot of Middle Eastern people of descent and whatever who are very racist in Jamaica and think because them falling at the white thing and whatever, and them end up treating black Jamaicans the same way. Even from Asia, we have Chinese and Indian people come, and we have a lot of light-skinned Chinese who are very discriminating against other people, including people from Asia, India, and whatever. So we have our problems left, right, and center there and whatever. And we don't, we should avoid having our leaders engage in rhetoric that will serve to exacerbate those types of divisions and to kind of like a step up in our sore foot that we have been trying to heal from year after year, decade after decade, and so forth. So again, I think, it would be helpful if the Minister of Finance were to offer an apology to the leader of the opposition, Mark Golden. We're going to take a break. I'm going to come back, man. I'll look at Mixup phone, and then we'll go to the phone line. Soon forward.
The Bridge 99 FM.
Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. I see somebody in the chat, and you're good. Diversity, love. Is that who I think it is? I wonder if that is who I think it is. I've been wanting to know, hopefully can secure an update and, somebody who somehow know who we attack, and she was on a bit of a trek in order to reach somewhere. And we would love to know that she reached safely and thing. And, I wonder if a fear post that in the chat, But anyway, people hear that mix up here. So you have this 6-year-old in our school, right? 6-year-old boy in our school. And, 6-year-old boy, being a 6-year-old boy, I get a little trouble and all, so I get in a trouble and whatever. Nothing out of the ordinary that you wouldn't, that 6-year-olds wouldn't do. But, he might do a little bit more than usual. And I get a teacher them be a problem, and thing and whatever. So when I time him down in the class, I go on with semantics and the teacher come down there and I talk to him. And whatever, and him go on. So he might act up, so the teacher hold him on now and say, come up to the, she can't go up on the desk with her. Because she go down in and with them there in the class. Hold him on and I carry him. So when the teacher hold him on and she turned and she said, come and share him. According to the teacher, him get physical and brace back and drag her and she nearly drop and whatever kind like him a flash off her hand and whatever. So she turned around now and said, like, wait at this thing for and girt him. And bring him come up at the top and whatever and kind of shake him up a little bit and thing and whatever and decide she shall go report him now to the vice principal. Can't go to the vice principal and say, get physical with me. And and the youth I said, no, I never get physical and whatever. And the teacher report him. Anyway, so the report got to his mother. So when his mother here, his mother got to him now and I say, why you won't behave? And And he must say, no. Him did have a such and such an attack. Now, him have some kind of sickness where him have spasm. It's like fits related, right? But it's not epilepsy, but it have some kind of reaction like epilepsy and it not last long. It will just jerk him up a little bit. So him say, when she grab him say him did have one of them. So him say when him jerk back. And when him jerk back, I saw him jerk out her hand and then she get pulled a little bit because she did hold him tight. And him say, look boy, explained, in a film way and whatever. So whatever sickness him have, him family know about it, obviously. So his mother said, no, why you never tell her say that? So right away, him grandmother now love him, So the grandmother get mad and say, then she don't know say him have the so and so. And whatever this and that. So, but him a 6-year-old, him can't really explain himself good. So the mother, I tell her fear mother now, the little boy grandmother say, no, it depend on him file, but him not get attacks like that. Them don't know how it work, but it's there. But them don't know, she don't think the teacher really know how it go. And things. So the mother asked him, so when she carry up, you never explain, and he must say no, and whatever. And, for them interpretation, it's like, him a picnic, so the teacher carry him up, and him don't know if he jump in and explain and whatever, and him get in a trouble and all them something there. So the mother tell him, say, no, when you get these attacks, you must explain to your teacher what it is. And the mother said, me go down there and explain to them. But the mother said, you have to go do this tomorrow. Say after the explanation, after done, the next day. But she tell fear mother, say she can't go to school. So she tell fear mother, the pitney grandmother, say, you have to go do it. Just tell him, say, him have this allergic reaction and thing and whatever. And whenever him have the allergic reaction, that happen. Right? And then she turned to her, the son, and say, you must learn to explain yourself and say you have this allergic reaction. And when you have this allergic reaction, this is what happened to you. And the mother said, but me go down there and explain. I don't know. But me going to make mama, her mother, go down there tomorrow and explain and thing and whatever. So the grandmother say, yeah, me go down there, go tell her and whatever. And she just tell her. Just tell her, say, that happened when him have him allergic reaction. So the next morning now, the way the grandmother eat it, about it and thing, the grandmother did all want ride with him on the school bus, and him have to tell the grandmother, say, no, you can't, what are you talking about? What are you doing? You can't ride on the school bus and thing or whatever. And I saw his mother express, you know, female mother. I said, Mommy, what you doing? You can't go on the school. Because the grandmother eating it, man. You know. And so him go on the school bus and the grandmother get a separate transportation and go to school. And when the grandmother go in now, you know, so remember I said grandmother have the attitude now, you know. And so she need to talk to the teacher. And she go to the class, them get the teacher, whatever, going on the class, and then pull the teacher aside and she talk to the teacher. And the grandmother said, no, I come to talk to you about what happened with my grandson yesterday. And things like that. And the teacher was like, okay. Remember, you know, people, it's an allergic reaction the boy is supposed to have in a prison. Allergic. The grandmother said to the teacher, when you touched him, he had an allergic erection. Yo, listen to me, man. The grandmother said to the teacher, listen to, when you touched him and you got, he had an allergic erection. And you cannot be doing them. What the teacher here now is the grandmother saying, you touch my student, you touch my grandparent, I'm going to give him an erection. So the teacher going to say, excuse, listen, I'm not going to have this conversation with you without a lawyer. No, this is America now in a prison. Because once the teacher here, what? You're accusing me of touching your grandchild and your grandchild get erection? I'm not having this conversation, okay? I am not going to incriminate myself with anything right here. So what the grandmother here now is a teacher say, no, I don't even want to talk to you about this. Granny get eaten, man. She said, granny get eaten and say, listen to me, how you make him have the allergic erection and thing like that. And you need to stop him. And you can't arm up a little boy. So, yo. So till the teacher goes so zoom and left and go over the vice principal with supervise for them part and thing or whatever. So apparently when the vice principal amends now, the vice principal say, allergic erection, like those things don't even go together. Can you imagine if you have an allergy and it results in an erection? Yo, people, you can't imagine if you have an allergy and it results in an erection. You know them people who are allergic to pollen. It's like, oh God, pollen season. I'm going to be walking around with a hard on 24/7. Not good. Yo. That would be something else. You'd be like, yo, I really need to get some Zyrtec. I need to go to CVM or Walgreens. I need to get some Zyrtec for my allergy because if not, I'll be walking around with a 24/7 hard on. All right? And that is not good. But all the teacher here was that the grandmother said, you touch my grandpicnic and him get an erection. Right? And you need to stop them something there. You're out there. I give me a little 6-year-old erection. I touch him them way and whatever. The teacher was like, we're not having this conversation, okay? So when the vice principal come over now and the vice principal attack now, she said, yeah, allergic erection. So the vice principal apparently was just tactful, like, are you sure that's what you want to say? So the grandmother said, yeah. Kind of the grandmother, man, she has said the right thing, And, after a little bit of prodding and thing, them end up call the mother. And the mother said, yeah, him have these allergic reaction to, whatever. And then the vice principal was like, oh, allergic reaction. Well, your mother is here saying a different thing, She's saying allergic erection. And that just caused some concerns. We weren't sure what exactly the teacher was being accused of. And so the mother started laughing and be like, no, it's allergic reaction, not erection. And she's like, you got to take your time with my mother. She, Jamaican woman too, the mother, the grandmother, Jamaican. She said, you have to take your time with my mother. So the mother, the little boy mother, the grandmother daughter, she explained, say, you know, some grandmother love them grandchildren more than all them they love for them children. And she said that is the case with him, right? And thing. And I'm like, yo, it's been a misunderstanding and them clear it up and, you know, all these things. But boy, that is one for the ages though. Yeah, you, Miss Teacher, I touch my little boy, I touch my grand pitney, and I make him get these allergic erection when you when you go put your hand on him, then and you know up here, because the United States of America is a very litigious society. You know, everything people suffer, and people walk on pins and needles when they're dealing with people, children up here, particularly with all these laws that exist to protect children, and the way people interpret them all the time, very often, and get people in trouble and things. There's even a racial component to that and whatever, which we won't get into or whatever, but I'm just saying it's just a sensitive issue up here, you know, in terms of, you know, how people treat children and what you're allowed to do and not do, and how quick you can end up, you know, facing a lawsuit in the courts and whatever. Hence, you know, the hypersensitivity on the part of the teacher when she heard those trigger words. You touched my grandchild, and she probably didn't even hear the allergic. All she heard was the erection. All she right there said was like, I am being accused of some sort of sexual abuse that I'm not guilty of, and I'm not going to engage in a continued dialogue with you until some sort of protection is afforded to me in the realm of counsel, I think. But that was good. Anyway, people, the number is 876-676-4999. I don't know about that, President. 876-676-4996. I hate that, President. And sometimes, yeah. 876-676-4996. 876-676-4996. Give me a call about anything you want to talk about. Here, big up yourself, darling, dear. Big up yourself. Blessings and respect, Steffi Rose. I see you. Chicken back, General. Large up yourself. Everything is everything. Okay. 876-676-4996. 876-676-4996. 876-676-4996. I'm calling about anything I want to call him about right now. If you're calling from the United States or Canada, the number is toll free, of course, 888-546-8742, 888-546-8742, 888-546-8742, 888-546-8742. Again, from the United States or Canada, 888-546-8742. People, I swear to you, I don't have a cold. I don't have flu. I don't have a cold. But like once I sit down on a broadcast and I talk and whatever, all of a sudden I get the sniffles. Right? So I know it's really something or whatever. But actually I'm not sick or whatever. Or, you know, once I walk out, the sniffles gone. But it's like if I sit down, who knows? I must be having an allergic reaction or allergic erection or something to something here. Must be some sort of allergic erection that I'm having right here. I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on. But I just get the sniffles. All right. So people want to call right now. Call in right now in the hours in the night and think about anything you want to call in about. And think, give me the link. President, look out for the call, you know, here. All right, look out for the call. From Jamaica, 876-676-4996, 876-676-4996, 876-676-4996, 876-676-4996. Or again, if you're calling toll-free from the United States, 888-546-8742, 888-546-8742, 888-546-8742, 888-546. I say, somehow I want to go to the same thing. Healy, Delmarine, I want to go to the same thing. Yeah, I don't have a call. Believe me, I have no problem telling you. It's like once I sit down or like around the desk or like, I'm doing some work, then I get the sniffles. When I'm talking, I'm functioning, then I get the sniffles. And I don't know. It's some sort of allergy, I would think. But I don't have a cold. So people always hear me sniffing and I say, you have a cold, man. Well, there's something that cold every minute you have a cold and whatever. And I really don't, Good night, Carla. Wagwan. Hello? Prezi, I'm not hearing the caller here. Who down there? Okay, tell him I not hear the caller here. 876-676-4996. Tristan, I not hear the caller here. Make a look for my WhatsApp. Just want to remind people that I'm broadcasting from the IrieJam studios here in New York, but of course we're broadcasting to the Bridge 99 FM in Jamaica, and that necessarily requires some coordination between both studios in real time when we're getting phone calls, and at times it can be a little bit tricky and challenging when we're bringing over the calls. All right, 876 so Jamaica, call in 876-676-4996, 876-676-4996. And Tristan, do your best to bring over the call him here. All right. Hello?
Good night.
Yeah, good night. Wagwan, Brittany.
Good night. The lady never know the meaning
Eh?
of the word. She does not know the difference.
Who?
The lady, she just don't know the difference.
No, but when it's a lady, which one of the lady you're referring to?
The grandma.
The grandma. Okay. No. Well, I think she just heard, I think in her mind she was saying the right word when she was using erection and thing, and for all she knows, she was saying reaction, but she just thought that erection was the appropriate word there, So yeah, she never really understands. So she has said the wrong word. The grandmother.
Mm-mm.
Right.
All right. Secondly, no.
Yeah.
The Mark Golding story.
Yeah.
And the Nigel Clark.
Yeah.
Raga, me I get an echo in my ears.
Prezi, Trista, you get an echo in your ears?
Yeah. Me I hear about myself I talk to you in my ears.
All right, that is a mix minus issue. Prezi can't deal with that. Tristan in a Jamaica. Tristan, fix the mix minus thing the fear here so that our voice is not looping here. All right then. See if you can go and work with it a little bit. Yeah, it fixed?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm saying fix now. Okay, go on, yeah.
All right, so not fixing my same thing, but I'm going to try to talk to you.
Well, no, stop. Tristan, she said no fix here. So go on talk to Brittany, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mark Golding, Nigeria.
Oh God, don't tell me someone to cut her off. Come on.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. All right then. Yeah.
No, may I say, if Nigel Clark supposed to apologize,
Yeah.
I think the apology should come from both sides. Because them always do it. This is not strange.
Well, okay. Well, I see what you're saying. Because he did indeed insult the Jamaica Labour Party, the members of the Jamaica Labour Party too, yeah. So
That's a one from me a picnic in a raga.
I know, but do you
stop.
Do you understand what I'm saying though about the particular insult to Nigel Clark? What I'm saying, people cuss all the while. That's why I make sure I make reference to the I don't know if you remember that war between Roger Clark and Desmond Mackenzie, Because the two of them more light, them have some hot things to say, but very entertaining. You didn't remember that war there?
No, so much of them, me can't remember.
Right, so, a lot of them over time, but and with all due respect, we know that, you know, I mean, when people say me I pick on the JLP, but Mr. Warmington himself has been accused to have gone too far with some of the things that what him say. So what me I say is, drama did it for a long time, you know, from where I grew up, them cuss one another and thing. But they have always, it's like the cussing always go just so far. Them not cross certain line, either side. If you understand what me I say. Them not take it too far. Them will dab up one another, but them keep it within a certain realm and them don't usually cross. It's like certain areas are out of bounds and thing and whatever. But I'm a little bit concerned that Minister Clark may have gone out of bound from what we could say is the usual allowance, for people, for them to cuss, which some people still not agree with, and think it would appear that he had gone. But I guess people in the JLP would say the same. You're right. People in the JLP would say, no, him went out of bound when him used a profanity and said the JLP is a effing fool or whatever the profanity is. I don't know what it is, by the way. And things. So I guess the JLP would say, no, that is really, really bad too, him crash. So, I see what you're saying. Yeah, in order to balance up a thing, it would be, I think it would be a good presentation if both of them apologize,
I was listening to Cliff Hughes today,
Yeah.
And this gentleman calling.
Yeah.
And him say, him think they should remove the speaker because she's of no use. Right? She's not saying anything and she can't manage them.
Right.
But at the same time, any side, it's going to be the same thing because the speaker always comes from the government side. So
right.
Still going to have the same thing.
Right.
If they move she and put somebody else, it's not going to be better.
Right, and then the argument here is that the speaker wasn't sufficiently balanced, when in terms of mediating this particular exchange and thing and whatever. So, but you're right. The speaker always come from the government side. So whether it's PNP or JLP, the speaker is routinely accused of being biased in favor of the party that they are from. When the speaker's role should be one, where you're neutral. But how can it be, it's kind of difficult being neutral when, you come from the party that you're invested in,
Because what you call him, information minister, him calling same time after the man.
Yeah.
And he must say a division. They might try to divide the Jamaican people with racism. But that for a long time, see I go lose the election just because PJ Patterson say, him call Jamaica people black scandal bags. Me know that of a fact because I was a child, but me 44 years old, so me did have sense enough to know that. You
remember, just to be clear, I know what you're referring to, but just to be clear, so who called who black scandal bag?
No, PJ Patterson said that. Say, see, I go call the Jamaica people black scandal bag. And that was not what the man said. The man said that them a make up nice like them a black scandal bag. And him turn it the other way. So he lost the election just because people believe him and say him a call Jamaica people black scandal bag.
And that color politics was always there because the same thing where Minister Nigel Clark used against Mr. Gold. People used to come at Mr. Siaga with that too.
Yeah.
About white man and this and whatever. And I remember one time too when, it was this whole thing about a black man time now with PG,
Exactly. Yeah.
But even Michael Manley did get it too. The about Browns, about him come from the John Blair. You ever hear about the John Blair clique? And think, because John Blair was a very bossy era one time, and that was the domain of the Manleys and thing, and the rich, wealthy, influential people and things. So and Manley was light skin, he was what we call fair skin and thing and whatever. And he got hammered with that too. And he trafficked in it well doing it because he branded himself as Joshua, you remember? And they fought for the people and lay down in the road and all them something there. But and it's all politics. It's a game and you have to know if your opponent attack you and try to brand you a certain way in order to get political points and thing. You have to know how to counter with that and thing and whatever. and so forth and think. Siaga did counter with the revival thing, you know. You remember him always have the revival people them up at Jamaica house and thing and whatever. And you know, so they engage in these little games and so forth. So, but you're right, the color thing has always been there.
Yeah.
Always been there. Always
when
been
I
there.
time him go in the crowd and say him last in the crowd.
Who?
Because in favor of the Jamaican people.
Who?
P.J. Patterson went in the crowd and said that.
And say what?
Me old enough to remember, so me a 44 year old enough.
Yeah. So him say PJ they go in the crowd and say him last in the crowd.
He went in the crowd and say him going in the crowd, him last in the crowd can favor the Jamaican people.
Yeah, in a way for true word, and I say he is with the people because he's like the people and you are not. Me see what you say. I don't remember that
part. They play with it all the while, man. They play with it all. That is not strange. Some don't know where they are going so far.
Yeah. So, but no, well, I'm interested. So, do you think it was that big a deal, or it wasn't a big deal when Nigel Clark said what he said? You don't think it was.
So it's strange. Me hear it from a smaller come up because most of my time a PMP in a power.
Right.
I know me. I think it is about the second time now. Me see JLP in a power.
Right.
Me pick me until now I'm mostly PMP. Me see in a power. And
I think because I think the PMP were in power for 18 years straight, something like so. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and when I was going to school, it was Michael Manley was the prime minister.
When you did go to school?
Yeah, when me I go to school. Yeah.
Oh, so that means that you were exposed to from 1980 when Siaga did the top until 89. Okay, and then after 89, then right. Okay, good.
Mm-hmm. So a long time. So them for just easy themselves. Nobody worry about that.
What you mean, nobody worry? Hold on, do you think but what I'm saying, when you say it's not strange, are you saying it's not strange, so it's not a big deal?
It's not a big deal because it has been there for years.
But is it a bad thing?
Well, it shouldn't happen. But
no, you never answer me. No, is it a bad thing? This color thing.
Well, yes.
So if it is a bad thing, and if it is a bad thing, and this bad thing was always there, is it a good idea to say, well, we reach a point now that this bad thing that has always been there, it's not a big deal if we have people on either side of the party, then either side of the aisle, reinforcing and maintaining this bad thing then. So it's not a big deal. You think it's a good idea to say that?
Well, if it stop, both of them have to agree to stop it.
True.
One can't say it will stop and because the least little thing. Me hear Cliff you said today the parliament is not a playground with children, but it seems so.
Well, yes, there are times when you remember when them used to chew a pencil and all and sitting there for one another.
Yeah, then this ghosting. Brother, me not sit down and listen to them again, you love sit down and listen, but me stop that long time. A waste of time.
Hold on. You say you used to love to listen our parliamentarians when they engage in their discourse in the interest of the country, presumptively. Yeah. But you are saying you stop listening to them long time because why is a waste of time? What?
A waste of time, because them going so childish, not in school pitting in our behave so.
Wow. But it sounds like you don't even have no respect. It sounds like you don't have no respect for them, man.
No, them make we share, man. Them disgraceful.
What
they just talk anything come out their mouth. No respect.
Our parliamentarians make you shame. That's what you're saying?
Yes, I'm saying that with no apology.
Are you saying it from both sides, PNP and JLP, right?
Them not be of good, man.
Them not be of good.
They quarrel too much and then just if they yourself you sit down, they not sit down. Them just are going bad. Them worse than the school penny. That is my daughter not behave when she a 10-year-old, 11-year-old.
No, I mean I believe that you're going too far right there. So you're going too far. You seem to be saying that your daughter, she conduct herself with more decorum and support that will make you respect, show your daughter respect more so than our learned leaders, our learned parliamentarians. Is that what you're saying? Your daughter is behave better than them?
Yeah.
My God.
If me see she in a argument with no little pitney in the yard and me tell her if she come in.
Yeah.
She can come in.
She come in, okay.
Them not sit down. Then them beat up them chest and go and like say, under the people's business, them going there to do.
Wow. You know, there was this country in Eastern Europe, I forgot what it was. I think it's Kyrgyzstan or whatever. But the parliamentarians, them did always in a fight, you know. And when them a fight, them, and you know what? You know, so the public, run up in the parliament one day and just start with some whipping them. And start busting one of them ass and just beat them with some whipping and whip them and I tell them to them to behave. You know, say the both side and thing apart have to run out of that, hear them when them run out. We don't know what is going on. The people them gone mad. The people them crazy. The people them mad. And the people them were like, no, we're just tired of the whole of them with this cussing and thing. Them fear lead the when me tell you the people them going there and just start whopping and beat them with whipping them, man. And tell behave on yourself and stop the foolishness. And think, interesting, but...
They can be civilized, Raga. They go in there and they eat to fit their age. They're not supposed to behave so.
Okay. All right, then. But thank you for that input there. Yeah?
Yeah, man. All right.
Yeah, man, cool. Give me next caller, Prezi. Give me next caller. Hello. Yes, yes, greetings.
Wagwan teacher.
You know some man there, how old are you?
Right. Me just catch a topic when it said not erection, but me don't know what the topic there is all about, so me not gonna really talk about that. Cause me just catch you right at a little part.
Right.
But since that lady are coming,
yeah,
it was say my 40 something.
44. She, yeah.
Yeah. They feel like more stay upon that little topic there, you know.
Yeah, man, take peace out, yeah.
First thing, me no want to blame her, but she sound like, first thing I want to tell her, I never vote from me day me born. I don't want to vote as ID.
Yeah.
That are the first
Right.
But secondly, she sound like she's a PMP still. To me.
What lead if I said that?
Based on what she has said and everything, she sound like she's a PMP, but...
No, that is general. You have to tell me specific something where you hear her say make you think she's a PNP.
All right, she a big up she talk on behalf of the leaders them at the PMP party.
No, you hear wrong, you know.
For real?
Yes, because I'm going to tell you why you hear wrong, and you must tell me if what me say makes sense, okay? Basically, I made a presentation, and I concluded the presentation by saying, I think, within good reason and so, it would be helpful if the minister, Mr. Clark, of Finance, apologized to Mark Golding, the leader of the opposition.
Okay.
She is saying, because remember, what the minister said was in response to Mark Golding allegedly referring to the members of the Jamaica Labour Party as a bad word, fool, like effing fool or something like so, right? Right. Yeah. So I said the JLP member of Parliament and Minister of Finance, I gave what I would like to think is a balanced presentation and made an argument that his particular insult was particularly sensitive and crossed a red line that I think he should have given up on. She said, listen, she said, well, if Mr. Clark will apologize, given that he was responding basically to Mark Golding insult, she said Mark Golding should apologize too. So you can't say she a defending she a PNP, because she a draw up a PNP.
No, I never say she a PNP, no, man.
No, you just say she sound like she a PNP. Don't go around the thing, Pammy.
Yeah, she a back it, but listen what me I go say.
No, but then she continue her meds, everything what she said after is holding both parties accountable in at the end. So you end up and say she a PNP, huh? What does it matter even if she a PNP or not?
It doesn't matter. People have a right to be whatever they want to be.
Indeed.
So I'm going to apologize to that.
Hey, You're a big man. You're a big man.
Yes, I'm gonna apologize.
Yes,
because
yes,
everybody
yes.
have a right to do what they want to do.
Yes.
Next thing I want to say now.
Yes, sir.
I don't know who start the mistake or you may not deal with the politics thing.
Yeah.
But you say, me that China listen a little thing. You say, whosoever call one name and make it sound like racist,
Yeah.
that person need to apologize.
Yeah. So what happened was that the Minister of Finance, Mr. Nigel Clark, referred to Mark Golding as Master Golding. So I was explaining to people that we have two type of, we have Mass, like country people say Mass John or Mass Bertie or whatever. That Mass is a sign of respect. But you have Master where come from where you sound like you're old enough to know about Bakra Master, right?
Yeah, man, slavery days.
Yeah, so the slave master. So he was deliberately, he was deliberately insulting Mark Golding and say, "You're slave master."
Yes.
So
he
what?
needs to apologize.
Okay, so you think he need to apologize for that? But what about the caller before you argument where she said, "Well, yeah, if you apologize, but when you think about it, Mark Golding if you apologize for calling the JLP people bad word food, whatever the bad word was, foods." What do you think about your argument?
That's man. Them are going. Me don't even want to say them are going with foolish. Them are work. Them are do them thing, but.
So we are Mark Golding if you apologize. Mark Golding if you apologize.
No, for what?
What? Because him call the JLP them, I'm going to say the word where him used to modify fools was effing, right? So Mark Golding said the JLP them is a bunch of effing fools. You know,
man, fool.
Yeah.
Them is a bunch of fool. Who like them a fool?
Who a fool?
PMP and Labour, right? All of them a fool.
Okay. So yeah, so that are not such a big deal. But figure say master and I refer to the man as a slave master. Yeah, said that particularly. Okay, me see what you say.
They need to apologize to that.
Oh, that one day. So the Minister of Finance him need to apologize for that part.
Yes, he needs to apologize and then shake and move on, make the people them sister listen. This is not a war thing. They must start the war from there, so by doing them things. So what them expect we to do, them as the leader,
yeah,
do that. What them expect we to do, when them fear show with the right way and tell we how them are moved the head of the country on with.
Yes.
It's a bright thing, I'm to use a big word, but everybody can.
No, me understand why you no worry about big word, man, because big word, sometimes big word are foolish. Yeah.
They need to go together, two of them.
Yes.
I said, this is, look here, nobody can too big for take hearing or listening. So, if Mark Golding can go to Bruce, when he
Nigel Clark.
Not even Nigel Clark.
Oh.
Mark Golding to go to lead our country now.
Yeah.
I said, bossy, no, you are around the country now, but if you do this, you know, think the country that better. Think about it.
Yeah.
But here why they not go do that? They don't want to feel like they want to work with that one thing and that one thing. And so, but that's what I feel like them to run the country. What do you think about that?
No, I totally support what you said, but you're quite right. Unfortunately, the way the thing set up though is for getting power. That is the first priority. And it is not in the interest of either side to go work with whoever in power to make them look well, to make things turn out good while them in power. So yeah. So me see what you saying.
Like just one fall. Each one I go ever try make one fall. That's why they have to change the politics thing to a man do that they turn them have to come out. You can't do no 18 years.
Okay.
10 years or 5 years and come out.
Or 8 and
come.
come.
How you run the country good.
Yeah. So what you think about Brogard right here now? What you think about the Jamaica city? What you think? What state Jamaica in right here now?
Jamaica state, me not like it. It's too much crime there, Virgin.
Oh, the crime thing.
And me not hear them talk about no crime thing all no. Up till today, me not hear them talk about no crime thing. Them talk about this and I talk about what them are doing this and that.
No, what are you talking about? The Prime Minister will tell you that he's working assiduously. The Prime Minister came up here to the United States, you know how it is for you meet these key players in the Department of Justice, met with the Vice President. Hold on. And they're coordinating this thing and realizing they're doing these intelligence-driven type of thing for a deal with the crime because they realize a lot of the crime in Jamaica are being funded from up here. The orders are being given from up here. The gun them are sent from up here and whatever. So they're facilitating collaboration with the respective parties up here in order for, so the Prime Minister would tell you that he's working real hard to deal with this crime problem, particularly at the source and the core. What would you say to that? What is your response to that?
Raga, first, you say, bro, God.
Yeah.
I love him, I don't want to check rank. You know what Jamaica say, but you say, bro, God.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah.
First thing, I'm a father came to school.
Oh, okay.
Secondly, the church where mother go and then my grandmother go.
Ah, what you said to me? I lie.
Exactly, I love him.
So when your father used to carry him go to school, you have any little mix-up on him, a little prick on him. Him used to spill him sky juice on himself and thing. Him used to eat bulla asham on him, something like that. Why him used to?
Me not too know about that. Me not talk what me not know.
Yeah. Okay.
But as me say,
yeah.
the father can't go to school, the church and mother go.
Right.
But and then my grandmother go.
So bro, God used to go to church too. I wonder if him still go to church. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Those top church up by halfway. Where you call it?
Huh?
That big church, them big church, them go.
Oh, big church.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What you mean? Like Uptown Church?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
okay. All right.
But anyway,
yeah.
I know that matter.
Yeah.
No, the mind him and listen with you. Make Anna laugh. History, you know?
Yeah.
But me have say still, me them for run the country and that way. Anyway, we that talk about him go off foreign.
Yeah.
Him go foreign go talk to like you are the top man.
Yeah, in the department. Him speak to the executive, the leadership in the Department of Justice, not directly to Merrick Garland, but
he talk to somebody about 10 below that the person away. If me do you want him to talk?
No. I'm not 10 below. I would say 2 below. No. And him talk to the Vice President of the United States too, you know.
All right, sir. Anything you say, but.
No, I'm just telling you. I'm just saying that represents some sort of innovative effort to deal with the problem, and it has to be intelligence driven. It has to be some sort of substantial information that says, listen, the problem is up here, so the order them I give from up here, so they gone.
Yeah, but
hold on. Did you see today's headline? Jamaica has joined Mexico and Trinidad and Tobago and several other countries and whatever to bring a lawsuit against the gun makers of the United States of America and say, make the gun them and thing and whatever, and enough is not put in place to prevent. Always a pressure with Jamaica and all these other countries, whatever. When is make the gun them with profit driven and a phone American gun a come down in our country? We don't make gun down here. So Jamaica is part of a international lawsuit for go against the gun makers in America. So when I say about that suggests that the government work. Well, you don't think so?
You're bright on that, Raga. You're bright on that. Raga,
what you mean?
You'll never see that come to pass. Remember, then give them license to make gun, you know. What kind of suit can come on them? They attack things to make people ear go to people's ears.
Right.
Because we don't follow up on things that they say there, you know.
Right. Well,
so, that is the problem.
No. Put it another way. If the America itself cannot solve its gold problem and not struggle with it and whatever, right? Jamaica, so who you think them people, put it this way, the government itself, the gun lobby here, right, with their interpretation of what is referred to as the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms in this country. They are so powerful here. And with a 6-3 conservative majority in the Supreme Court right now, they likely would have having some sort of legal deterrent and whatever, put in place and whatever, it's pretty challenging. And then, so we don't know what this lawsuit will accomplish against the gun makers. But you can't sit down, you still have to try. And for the government. And remember, one thing I can say about this Andrew Wone's government, they have their deference to, for them, in my opinion, bro God, him have a thing where, listen, if you're big and powerful, me not rock no boat or rockle nothing, me just acknowledge you. So you see him relate to the king. You see him relate to, when Mike Pompeo was Donald Trump's Secretary of State, you see how accommodating him was to them and them something there, whatever, and him stay away from certain other thing and whatever, to the point where he's a striking contrast to Mia Motley over there in Barbados, who's a little bit more, she hold people a little bit more accountable than Andrew Wones does, and things like that. And so for him to join this lawsuit, which is not against the country but against the gun makers, one could argue that this is something different from what usually obtains with him and things like that. So what I'm saying is, he would argue that he might do something, and then you have the SOE, the what you call it? Sosa. What is that name down there? Sosa. What name? Zozo. And then sitting there where I go on. So he would have said, may I try?
What, Anybody would have do that. If you're in a politics, you're going to do that where people want to hear.
Okay. Well,
that type of thing. But Raga, look here.
Yeah.
One day, would I like to get to talk to him face to face, man, when we can give him some opinion and thing.
You mean bro God? You don't want to talk to bro? Yes.
Yeah, more can see. Because sometimes if you take talk and they look street you with them and then sit in the
Right. Because wisdom is there.
It's not too big to talk to. Remember said God did us and a madman come say something to a man in a man. Me don't remember all that part they go in the Bible, but remember that. But what me I say, Raga, you may have to go to no foreign to solve nothing wrong, so.
No.
The problem what you need to do is deal with the war different.
Oh.
And deal with him borders them different.
Well,
invest more in the wharf and the border, which be here so then sell out the wharf, so them still don't have no control.
Okay. But between me and you still and really the wharf, them the thing them a come through, Them have them own transportation with
That's why I say deal with the borders then.
The borders them do. But tell me something though before you go. A while ago you say if me did in a politics and thing. Tell me something now. If Raga was prime minister and thing, what you think could happen to the country?
What country that run?
Yeah.
Different because you are street youth.
What you think would I do different?
Let me tell you what you do different.
Yes.
First thing, I don't know if you that change. Because most people change wish. And another that too, you that invest money in a police force.
Right.
There are some man where I just deal with intelligence.
Right.
Are you happy to have that?
Right.
Them are intelligence man when they have that they still get the love likes and stuff.
Right.
And that's how much up it comes.
So you think I would do a good job?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. We don't want the listeners them get it wrong, like that. The Prime Minister is not doing a good job,
Right.
Because it's not an easy task,
Right.
But it need a body of person.
Right.
When I say a body of person, it need the police force to change.
Right.
That's a one.
Right.
Police force.
Well, listen to me. I'm going to say something to you and me say it all the while. There's a lot of corruption in the police force, right? I could just start that, right? But, say, Enough time when I blame police for things where police not have no power over, and I forgot the police have to answer to certain people. You know, I said enough time police want to do the right thing, and certain people make sure the police don't do the right thing what them want to do because of politics.
Rather.
You know, I said enough police get bad name for give police bad name for so many things where police would have want to do something different, but them cannot do certain thing different based on the chain of command and who them have to take orders from.
Raga, I tell you this.
Yeah.
You say it still a come from a police force and a politician where we are talking about.
Okay.
Because police with there are your foot at the good work.
Yeah.
And because him a do good work and you go mess around him friend.
Yeah.
You have to move from there so them bench you.
Well, yes. That is what I mean. Yes.
The police say they will do good work and nah do no good work. And you have some police to win a business, send me a bush. Because me I go do my work.
Right.
And then fight him till him force him out of force. That's a police thing.
Right.
But it still a come from where we are say Raga from the politician them will mess up. And everything. So there's a bro God have to step in now and say, and first thing I back the police them. Any police I get reprimand or whatever, it come through me and me have to know the reason why.
Well, it can't really do so, you know, because him have so much responsibility. Him can't be in charge of them. But I forgot about last question. So if I was running the country and me bring my tambourine going to parliament, would you be offended by that?
By a tambourine?
If I bring my tambourine going to parliament.
Then you now shake your tambourine for something good.
Oh, yeah, me. All right, big up yourself. Hey, big up yourself.
No foolishness.
Cool, man. Don't say another word. Big up yourself here, sir. All right.
I miss CM1, no name.
No name.
I remember that a long time here in a chat.
Cool, my family. Now say a word, man. Protection and blessing, you know. One pop. Seeing? All right, it goes, sir. Yo, people, President say we have to hold a 2-minute break. We're soon forward.
Don't watch no face. Just tune in to the Bridge 99 FM. That's right there.
Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Up in the juggling with her, we have about 10 minutes to go and thing. And we just want to remind you know, down there in Jamaica, say the time and the show change. Say, well, while it remains 10 o'clock for us up here, it's 9 o'clock for them at Jamaica. Sorry, go Prezi. The show start 9 o'clock at Jamaica now, right? 9 o'clock phone time at Jamaica. But it's still 10 o'clock up here, despite the switch over to what we know, Eastern Standard Time or Daylight Saving Time. What? A Daylight Saving Time we know? Okay, good. And so Jamaica, every Wednesday night, I'm here from 9 o'clock until 11 o'clock Jamaica time. 9 o'clock until 11 o'clock Jamaica time. And of course, up here on the U.S. East Coast, that's 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. until 12 midnight. 10 p.m. until 12 midnight. So it remained the same. The time remained the same, which I'm kind of happy because it would have been 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. here, which I had to do for 6 months, and it wasn't pleasant. Right, President, we never like that, no? We never like that, so we feel better right now, so it's still 10 o'clock until 12 o'clock, because, yo, me a young bud like you again, you know, me I'm bleaching, you know, me have to bleach, but boy, me I'm bleaching no take tea, you know, so, you know, that's something there, you know, it kind of, you know, and I wasn't getting my rest. And Dr. warned me over and over again, say you need to get more sleep. You're not sleeping. Talking about that, me see one news item. Me don't know if I can find the video. But the news, I don't know if it was CVM or TVJ, but in the news, them a talk about some people who come from one other area and a bury them dead in the people in private cemetery, right? The new, wait there. Lord Jesus, well, a problem for me to find that now, people, but yeah, problem for me to find it now. But basically, a lady in the community, she did a complaint. And she said the people them from outside are coming in for them community and I bury them dead. And when the dead them raise, if the dead them don't know where them dead because two the people them carry them at one strange cemetery. She said when the dopey them wake up, the dopey them they are ball and I make peer nice and then can't sleep because the dopey them I make peer nice. Right? This was on the news in Jamaica. I have it in my phone here about why the only God he knows. And thing and whatever. Hey, President, ever hear about it? You hear about it? Yes, man. And the lady said, two them left all from town and left far and come all the way down for them community. Come bury them dead there. So she said the dopey them wake up now, and when the dopey them wake up, he dopey them confused. The dopey them like them don't know where them there. She said, be a nice, the dopey them I make, and I keep them up in that. Listen to me now, people. All of you who I take on a dopey, I carry on a dopey from the community and I dump them over the people and place. You must stop it. You must stop it. Right? You cannot have people I carry dopey and I leave dopey all over the country like that and make the dopey them a last and the dopey them don't know them. Listen, if we're not going to go do that and thing, at least arrange something where we're going to communicate with the dopey them so the dopey them know where figure when them wake up. You don't think so that would be a good idea, Prezi? Prezi, you don't think that would be a good idea? If them are going to carry the people them dopey, you know what I'm saying that here when I say I shake it out. Yeah, wicked, you know. Yo, what me I say is, we have to find some way to make it up and can find them way go back for where them want go. Even if we don't have no look a resting place to put it up, I don't want to go appropriate somebody else's space and thing like that. Figure out like get something like Duppy Google. Like Duppy Google so them can the Duppy them can't stop it laughing, President. This is serious. Make them get like Duppy Google. Like get them like a Duppy Google Maps or something so them can use it. You know, one time them wake up on them a Duppy, them can like use Duppy Google and figure out them way back because the people them a suffer when the Duppy them wake up and them don't know where them there and they feel disoriented and them feel lost and them feel uncentered, right? And them feel displaced and they're having, you know, because I would think that as Duppy, things get multiplied. So whatever you feel when you're in a Duppy land, it's like, you know, the weight of it is like 100 times more. So this loss and this displacement, when them wake up on them a Duppy, when them experience and all these things, them need to get past that. So stop, go over the people in place, the people in private cemetery, and a bury. And what is something them, man? President, you know what I'm having on my phone here and sitting about me, you know? Right? On stop them something, man. On cut out them things there. Them things, they are slackness. Yeah, I wonder if I eat this. No, I don't eat that. And whatever, them things, they are slackness. On if I cut out them things there, whatever, and stop, bring on a Duppy, go over people, private cemetery, and all them something there, whatever. I make the Duppy them, I wake up, and I disturb the people them, and I create one bag of noise and all these things that the people them head and them can't sleep. Right? Can't sleep because the Duppy them I make beer nice and cut it out. There's nothing more disconcerting than your people them all there on a sort out and a do a look dugu on a hook and all them something there only to be thrown off and turned off by Duppy and make nice outside of your door. People, you realize how annoying that can be? That is very annoying, man. Have some conscience, man, and some compassion and all these things, right? So we don't want, and people feel at liberty to carry on a Duppy all over. See them, Destiny says she know about it and all these things. I don't want the people to feel at liberty so they can't carry on a Duppy all over the country and just drop them anywhere and whatever. Because remember now, the people them explain, the Duppy them not too bright when it comes to find them way back home. And apparently it's a little bit difficult for them catch like a little robot or a local country bus or so, or transportation for go back in like in a one of them executive there, and all them things probably it's a little bit difficult for them, and all them things there, so they dopey them in up a stay there and I make beer nice and I disturb the people them. So we're making an appeal for people to cut out this type of thing, like, you know, this sort of internal dopey exportation from one community to another community. Cut it out. The people them who are suffer are asking you to stop it and all these things. Anyway, people, bless upon yourself, take care, you know, and do remember, you know, me over Ragashanti TV, over YouTube, look a channel over there, so entertainment galore, hundreds and thousands of videos and things for watch and listen and enjoy on yourself. If you not take a look a road trip, you can just listen them and thing and watch some of them and thing and whatever. Again, follow me over Ragashanti TV on YouTube. Go over to YouTube right now. Go over to YouTube right now and follow me over there, Ragashanti TV over YouTube for your local laughs and your local entertainment and all these things. Take care of yourself, people. I'll be back here on the Bridge 99 FM next week, Wednesday, same time, 9 o'clock Jamaica time, 9 o'clock Jamaica time, 10 o'clock US time, right here on the Bridge 99 FM. Again, next week, Wednesday, so tune in for one more bout round episode of Ragashanti Live and thing and whatever. A little bit older, a tad more sober, with a little less flair, but at the core, at my essence, I still remain the same, man thing. All right? Take care of yourself, people. Take care of you and yours. And be good. Watching the head back and thing. Nobody careless out the thing and get on the head back, slap way and thing and whatever. Be aware of what is happening around you and exercise the necessary conduct, behavior, and adjustment in order to ensure your respective safety. All right, people? Blessings and respect. I want to say thank you, Prezi. Big up yourself and big up your new glass that I still convinced is a new glass, even though you say it's not new. I think, you know, money I run. And you buy a wonderful shade right there. So big up yourself on your new shades and things. People, take care of yourself. See you next week. Remember, this Friday on Ragashanti TV is Free Up. Another episode of Free Up. The realest Jamaican talk show with yours truly, Mr. Washbelly, me, Ragashanti. This Friday, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, US time. And that is 12 midday Jamaica time. 1 o'clock US time, 12 midday Jamaica time. This Friday. Free Up. The realest Jamaican talk show. Ragashanti live. Over there on YouTube, on Ragashanti TV channel. Take care of yourself, people. Safety and protection. Road!